And welcome, sports fans, to today's roundtable. And we're going to get into some spring sports here in just a few moments. But we really had a storm come through yesterday, pretty much wiping out all the games that would be taking place yesterday, and probably be a hard time getting games in through the weekend as well. We've had a cold front move through and quite a bit of rain behind it, so it won't be much action going on in the next few days and even over the last few days here in our area. But we'll give you the results that we've got for the previous few days in just a moment. And also we're going to talk about some updated state rankings for Missouri State baseball, and we'll be getting into some district tournaments here in just another week. Next weekend we'll start the district tournaments here in Missouri, and we'll give you those district tournament brackets in just a few moments. And also we're going to talk about or show you the college football game taking place at Busch Stadium later on this fall, and there was a deal put together for Southern Illinois University, SIU, and SEMO, Southeast Missouri State, playing the first ever college football game in Busch Stadium later on this fall. And we'll also give you a little update on the NBA playoffs and see how the Cardinals are doing as well. So we got a few things to get to today, and we've only got a few more roundtables left in our season. We're going to take the summer off, come back in the fall. We've got at least 2 more roundtables left, possibly 3, just depending on how it works out for the remainder of this month. But we've got at least 2 roundtables left, and that might do it for the year, but we'll see how it all works out. We've got a few shows developing for the latter part of our season, and we're going to have, for sure, an officials day. We always have officials day on one of our last few roundtables of the season, and we'd like to bring in a referee or an official of various sports to talk about their experiences as an official. And we've got quite a few officials in here. It's been in it for quite some time, and we like to get some good stories in and just talk about the ins and outs of officiating high school athletics. So look forward to that, and probably the next week or 2 we'll have that for you right here on the roundtable. Always a good one for Officials Day. We're going to try to work on some other guests as well for the last few roundtables of the season. And as usual, we take off the summer, basically June, July, and most of August. We'll come back probably that last week in August, give you a football preview, and getting into the fall sports with football, softball, volleyball in the fall season. So not a whole lot going on over the summer when it comes to high school athletics, of course. School lets out, but there's not a whole lot to keep up with over the summer, so we let out and bring it back in the fall for the roundtable season. So going to make some additions to next season's roundtable. Going to make it even bigger and better. More features and additions to the roundtable for next season. So we've got a few more left here in May, and hopefully we can bring the best to you each Saturday right here on YHC and online at SEMOsportzone.com. And let's take a look at some results over the last few days in spring sports action. And we'll start with it shows basketball, but it's baseball, of course. But it's Bloomfield over Greenville earlier this week, and baseball 9-8. And also we've got Cooter over Crothersville 7-2. And we've got Woodland over Advance 8-1. Scott City over Twin Rivers 13-10. Chaffee over Naylor 6-4. Oran over New Madrid County Central in a close one, 4-3. Campbell over Bloomfield, 5-2. Clearwater over East Carter County, 4-2 in the Black River League Championship game. Clearwater pulling out that championship in that tournament. Also, we've got South Pemiscot over Kennett in the Boot Hill Conference semifinals. South Pemiscot moved on to the finals, and Malden defeated Portageville in the other semifinal 2-1. And that matched up Malden and South Pemiscot, which Malden pulled out the Boot Hill Conference Tournament Championship 7-3. And also we've got high school softball. Bernie defeated Bloomfield handily 13-2. And those are the spring sports results for the past few days in our area. And as we mentioned, not much going on yesterday after that storm come through, and probably not much this weekend either. So probably be a little lull in the spring sports action for these next few days. And let's take a look at some district brackets for high school baseball. Those will get underway next Saturday, the 11th. And let's take a look at Class 1, District 1. Risco with the top seed in this tournament. They'll take on the winner of Gideon and Delta C7. And other matchups, Cooter taking on North Pemiscot and Southland taking on Clarkton. And that tournament takes place in Cooter. Class 2, District 1 at South Pemiscot. Holcomb with the top seed. They'll take on the winner of South Pemiscot and Zenith. Hornersville. Portageville, the 2 seed, taking on the winner of Campbell and Hayti. That tournament in South Pemiscot. Class 3, District 1 at Malden. Malden with the top seed. They'll take on the winner of Alton and Donovan. Twin Rivers with the 2 seed. They'll take on the winner of New Madrid County Central and Crothersville. And Class 4, District 1 at Notre Dame. Notre Dame with the top seed. They'll take on the winner of Dexter and Perryville. Sykeston with the 2 seed takes on the winner of Kennett and Fredericktown. And those are your district baseball matchups and tournaments that will get underway this Saturday, May 11th. So we'll be looking forward to those district tournaments getting underway this weekend and heading into the state tournament for the following week. So the spring sports season is starting to wrap up as the school year is. Only got a few more weeks of school left here in our area, and we'll be heading into the summer and looking forward to another season by next fall. So it's all wrapping up quite quickly here for this 2012 and 2013 sports season. And we'll take a break, and we'll be back with more coming up.
I want to stay connected to you. I like the way you do what you do. All right, okay, you're fine.
Call Audubell Hearing Center at 1-800-499-8786 or visit one of our locations in Dexter and Poplar Bluff, Missouri today.
State rankings for the state of Missouri in high school baseball, and we've got an updated ranking for you this week. And taking a look at Class 1 in high school baseball. Okay, we've had a little technical issue that we'll have to load that up, so it'll just take a few moments. But what we're going to be talking about here soon is the Rib City Shootout. You'll definitely need to stay tuned for the next few roundtables and for YHC Sports and SEMO's, or the Sports Zone throughout the week. We'll be talking about the Rib City Shootout that comes up later on this month. May 31st is the first day, Friday and Saturdays, and going through pretty much every weekend almost through the summer. And we're going to go out there and bring you back some games from that shootout, probably 2 or 3 games a day, and show them here on YHC TV and online at semosportzone.com, so you can get a look at the teams that will be coming back for next year's sports season. So you'll definitely need to tune in for that. We'll be bringing games from that Rib City Shootout. They won't be live, but we'll bring them back and show them, and you can watch them here on YHC TV as well as semosportzone.com. So that's an addition that we're going to bring to our sports coverage this summer. So look forward to that. All right, now take a look at those baseball state rankings in Class 1. Sturgeon on top at number 1, 2, Oran moved up to number 2, 3, Pilot Grove, 4, Cairo, 5, Dadeville, 6, Santa Fe, 7, New Franklin, 8, Hurley, 9, Risco, and 10, Cooters. So we've got a few teams there in the top 10 from Southeast Missouri, Oran, Risco, and Cooter. And in Class 2, the state rankings, Nillyville on top at number 1. 2, Valley Catholic, 3, Cabool, 4, Chaffee, 5, Louisiana, 6, Dora, 7, Miller, 8, Hartville, 9, Russellville, and Bernie, both tied at number 9, and 10, Holcomb. And also Portageville received votes in that poll. In Class 3, Holden at number 1, 2, Forsyth, 3, Fatima, 3, Springfield Catholic, two-way tie for number 3, 5, Malden, 6, Clearwater, 7, Conway, 8, Jefferson Festus, 9, Clever, and a two-way tie for 10th, Cuba and Lutheran St. Charles. And in Class 4, Westminster Christian at number 1, 2, Cape Notre Dame, 3, Logan Rogersville, 4, Lutheran South, 5, St. Francis Borgia. 6, St. Genevieve. 7, Pembroke Hill and Sullivan with a two-way tie at number 7. 9, Smithville, and 10, Warrensburg. And also Sykeston received votes in that Class 4 poll. And those are your rankings, all new rankings for the state of Missouri in high school baseball. And got a few teams moved up quite a bit. Oran at number 2 in Class 1. Neelyville on top of the state in Class 2 at number 1. And Cape Notre Dame right up there in Class 4. So got quite a few competitive teams in Southeast Missouri, across the state of Missouri in baseball. So we'll be looking forward to how those state tournaments develop over next week. And let's see, we've got, actually we're going to show you a video over the break. We're going to show you the Southeast Missouri State Weekend Series that they've got coming up this weekend. They've got Murray State coming up over the weekend, and the Sports Information Department talked about that weekend series coming up with Murray State. So let's take a look.
Southeast.com, joined now by head coach Steve Beezer. And coach, great win for your program on Tuesday at Mizzou. Why don't you talk a little bit about the victory?
It's a huge victory for our program. Of course, any games that we can win right now are big wins for us. We need to get on a solid roll and finish out the season strong. So, the game against Mizzou, I thought it was a well-played game. Both teams battled. It was a great game to watch because there was offense involved and there was some very strategic pitching involved in it as well. We got out up on top, and Mizzou comes back and scores and takes the lead, and we got to come back and score, and it went back and forth for a little bit. So very exciting game. And the good thing that it shows us is that we can compete. When we go out and play a solid baseball game and play well, we can compete with any team out there.
Now, the Redhawks have beaten the Tigers 4 of the last 6 times, and also 3 of the 4 wins have been home runs in the last inning. Talk about how great it was to kind of renew that rivalry.
The rivalry is very key for our program. I feel that one of the things I wanted to do was make sure that we played all the Division I schools in the state of Missouri, and we all use it as bragging rights when we go out recruiting and talking to our recruits. And it's something that shows that we're on the same level, that we can compete with the rest of the schools in the state of Missouri. And just to kind of keep that rivalry going, play it each year, go to Columbia and have a great showing. Our players get extremely pumped to go up and play an SEC school, and that venue that they have there, outstanding field, outstanding setting. That's an exciting opportunity for our guys.
Now, on Monday night, another great night for your team. At the Scholar Athlete Night, you were very well represented. How proud were you of your student athletes out there earning Scholar Athlete, and then also OVC Medal of Honor winner Jason Bloom?
We're very proud of our guys for what they do in the classroom. It's stressed every single day that we come out and we practice. We talk about taking care of the complete package, the academics, the student athlete. And our guys take it to heart, and they want to succeed in the classroom as much as they want to succeed on the field. So we want our guys to continue to work hard in the classroom. Our team GPA in the first semester was a 3.25, right in that range, and that's something that we strive to kind of keep it right up in that GPA range.
Now this weekend you head to Murray State for kind of a key series for you guys. Going to be fighting kind of the weather a little bit, but what do you know about the Thoroughbreds?
They're gonna compete against us very well. They really swing bats well and put up a lot of runs, and they hope that just like we do, we hope our pitching holds up. They hope their pitching holds up, and it could be one of those series where we go in and whoever's swinging the bat the best at the time is going to come out on top in that series. But it's always a competitive series for us, and it's always a tough series when we have to go to Murray and play on their home field. But I know our guys are excited. They know what's at stake. We need to win some games this weekend and put ourselves in a good position for the OVC tournament, and that's exactly what's kind of on our plate, and that's what we're trying to do.
Now, at Mizzou on Tuesday, very well-represented fan base for the Redhawks, and this weekend I'm sure you'll have another well-represented fan base with Murray just right down the road. How big is that for your team to know that they have a big fan base cheering them on at a road game?
It's huge. I think it's huge for any player, but our guys especially. They really feed well off of good crowds, off of cheering, and just getting them pumped. I see that whenever we have big crowds on the weekend, we seem to come out and we're excited to play, and we want to kind of prove ourselves in front of a nice crowd. And I'm sure we'll have an outstanding showing that's going to follow to Murray. It's kind of a regional rival for us. It's close. It's just right down the road, and we'll get a lot of fans out there and a lot of support, and hopefully that's the key to helping pick us up to have a great weekend.
All right, well, best luck this weekend, and thanks for your time. Joined now by outfielder Derek Gibson. And Derek had a great month of April, topped the OVC in hitting. Talk a little bit about kind of your season thus far.
It's been a lot of fun, and I think we came in with high expectations, new coaching staff, and we really believe in our players and our staff and everybody in the administration. And we wanted to come in and do all we could to win as many games as we could. And our main goal was to come and work hard every day and just be consistent. And I think we've done it up to this point, and our record's not exactly what we want it to be right now, but we're really confident in what we have moving forward, and really looking forward to the next month.
Now, talk about the thrill of beating a Mizzou and SEC team last week on Tuesday, and talk a little bit about your day. 3 for 5 at the plate. First at bat, you get an inside the park home run, first one since 2010. Talk a little bit about the thrill of beating Mizzou.
It was a great experience. We went in there with nothing to lose attitude, and we knew that we had what it took to win. And it was a midweek game. We knew that anything could happen if we went in and jumped on them early. And it was one of those things where we were really confident in our arms, and everybody was expecting 2 or 3 innings apiece. And we just went in and jumped on them early, and I felt like we just kind of stayed with it. They came back a couple times, and we came back, and it was just a great experience. You always grow up wanting to play at Mizzou, wanting to play for a big school like that, and to go in with our squad, it was a really good feeling, something we'll never forget.
Now, looking ahead, you got Murray State this weekend. You got Tennessee Tech to close out the OVC season. Then you host Memphis. Kind of what are you guys kind of striving for here the last couple weeks of the regular season?
We just want to finish strong, and I think at the beginning of the year, obviously the goal is to win the OVC regular season, and now it looks like we're kind of out of the running for that. But we want to finish strong and hopefully, get that 5th or 6th seed in the tournament, and then just go from there. We know that this club, anything can happen. We bring our game. We're extremely confident in what we have, and, we believe each and every day. And I'm just really confident that we can go out and finish strong. It's Murray this weekend, and Tech the next weekend, and, once you get in that tournament, anything can happen. You win 4 games, and it can completely change your whole year. So we're really optimistic about this next month.
Now, a little bit about the team. You guys seem very loose, very team-oriented. Talk a little bit about the team this year.
Well, this team, we came in and we knew that we weren't going to have one star. We knew that we had a lot of guys that had a lot of talent. And, we lost 2 big guys last year. Of course, Moses and Parma's gone. We didn't have those 2 big studs, and I think we came in and just relying on each other. And we really trust this coaching staff. We really trust each other's players. And, I think that's kind of been our whole attitude. We have, we know that we've given everything we've got. We work hard every day, and we just kind of get on the field. We play loose, like you said. We had nothing to lose. We just get out there and we let the chips fall. I think that's really helped us this year.
All right, Derek. Well, best of luck this weekend and the rest of the year, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it.
As you see there, just to look at the weekend series with Murray State and SEMO, got a big win this past week over Mizzou up in Columbia. So Southeast is hanging around about the middle of the pack in the OVC right now, but impressive victory over the Mizzou Tigers earlier this week in Columbia. And we're going to take a break and be back with more to talk about in just a moment.
Southeast Missouri Mutual Insurance is celebrating our 100th year. We started protecting rural farmers way back in 1910, insuring folks no one else would. Southeast Missouri Mutual Insurance has been a family business for 4 generations, and we continue that tradition today, providing solid home, farm, and commercial insurance at very competitive rates. When the ice storm hit us, we were out there with you. All of our claims were processed within days, and we will continue to provide the best coverage and the best service for the next 100 years. Southeast Missouri Mutual Insurance, a century of service.
Let's talk about next year. This is the time of year to reflect on last season's crop and make decisions for next season. What mix of crops should you plant? Should you buy new equipment this year or get by another year with what you have? We'd like to help you make the financial side of your planning a little easier. Our ag department knows agriculture, and they're local.
Stop by and see us
at First Midwest Bank.
I'm a full-time wife and mom, and I also work as a substitute teacher. You can see why it seems impossible to get a college degree, but with Southeast Missouri State University's regional campuses, it really is within my reach. I can get a degree without leaving my hometown, and that's important when you have a family. Getting a college degree isn't easy, but Southeast makes it convenient.
And now take a look at a Cardinals update, and they're currently 18-11 on the year, still first in the National League Central, and got another win last night against the Milwaukee Brewers. So it makes it 4 straight. They've still got a Saturday and Sunday game left with the Brewers, and getting ready to head to Chicago to take on the Cubs on Tuesday for a 2-game series. So Cardinals putting together a good little stretch there this week. And now we'll take a look at the NBA playoffs, and the first round is starting to wrap up as Friday night we got the Thunder advancing over the Houston Rockets, Oklahoma City Thunder over the Houston Rockets in Game 6, and also the Memphis Grizzlies advancing over the LA Clippers, and they won 4 straight in that series. Clippers jumped out 2-0. Memphis won 4 straight to win that series, and they advanced to take on the Thunder in the Eastern Conference semifinals. And over this week, Golden State defeated the Denver Nuggets, and they advanced to take on the Spurs in the other Western Conference semifinal. And the Indiana Pacers advanced over the Atlanta Hawks. Also, the New York Knicks advanced over the Boston Celtics. They'll match up in the Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, and also the Miami Heat swept the Bucks in 4 games, so they've been waiting a while, and they'll still wait a few more days as the Brooklyn Nets and the Chicago Bulls will play in Game 7 tonight, Saturday night at 7 p.m. on TNT. So only 1 game remaining in the first round, and then we'll have our Eastern Conference semifinal matchups set after here Saturday night. So we'll be looking for the Eastern Conference semifinal matchups for this week. And now let's take a look at the press conference that was done a few weeks ago at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. And a college football game has been agreed upon for the first ever game in Busch Stadium between SIU and SEMO. So let's take a look at that press conference from a few weeks ago.
We're here to announce that on Saturday, September 21st, Southeast Missouri State University and Southern Illinois University will play the very first football game here in Busch Stadium. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. We're excited to have these 2 great schools with very strong St. Louis connections play in this inaugural football game. It's a long rivalry. They've had 81 games between them, and I understand between both schools there are close to 40,000 alumni in St. Louis.
We're very pleased to be able to come here and to be the first football game here in Busch Stadium. As you probably know, and I think Bill mentioned, we have 25,000 alums in Southeast, and I know that we have some of the alums. So all the alums of Southeast, raise their hand, please. It's nice to have you there. Thank you so much. John Hetzel said that he still has a year of eligibility, but I think that 5-year rule kind of we have a problem with that.
Behalf of Southeast Missouri State University, we're very proud to be up here, being able to announce this game. We're excited. We had a alumni event this past Thursday where, when you mention that word and you look at the eyes, of our folks, the excitement of our folks, our alums, our student athletes, potentially prospective students, not just student athletes of the university, there's a lot of excitement. And to be able to play a football game in a great venue, I didn't say a great baseball venue, I said a great venue here in the United States is something that we're so excited about, and very excited to be the first football game. So again, I want to thank everyone for coming here and thank the Cardinals.
When you got 2 universities just 45 miles apart, there should be a rivalry that exists between the schools. schools. So from a coach's perspective, it's exciting. It's something that our guys are going to look forward to, and we have a tremendous amount of respect for Southeast Missouri and Coach Samuel with what he's done with that program, and we love the opportunity to play him because we know they're a top-notch program, coached very well, and they play the game the way that it should be played. So thank you for this opportunity.
The big thing is we've got 24 football players right now that's on our roster from the greater St. Louis area. And same thing, Coach. When I told them that we're going to have an opportunity to play in the stadium, they were excited. The good thing is I did have some players promise me, don't worry, Coach, the place is going to be full. We're going to have people there. So, that was one of my concerns when Mark came to me very excited. This was Mark's baby from day one, and he was very excited with the idea of coming up here and getting an opportunity to play. And our players share the same excitement because when we play this game, it's usually sold out at our place. And so to come up here, we're counting on the same thing with the same support, with the same energy and the same attitude because it is a great rivalry game.
Just look at one another if you don't mind. Yeah. All right, thank you.
Sure. We're good? You guys good? Spence, you saved me one, right?
Historic event in this beautiful stadium, and it'll be a great experience for our student athletes, as Ken said, but also for our Saluki fans, our students, our faculty, our staff, and our great alum base on both sides of the river. So we have many alumni in the St. Louis area, and I know that they're going to get very excited about having the opportunity to be at this game. And so Ken, we
cost to transform the field from baseball to football and then back to baseball, and then obviously with this is the park.
What's Mario doing today?
He is, he would.
So and you see there the first ever college football game, first football game ever in Busch Stadium to be played this fall between SIU and SEMO. Should be an exciting experience, especially a lot of alumni around St. Louis for both of those schools. Being able to go to Busch Stadium, watch that game, and for even folks around here in Southeast Missouri, Southern Illinois, make the trip up to Busch Stadium, see the first ever football game in that stadium. It should be exciting come this fall, and we'll see how all that turns out come this college football season. And that's pretty much all we have for you today. And like I said, we've got a few more roundtables left. We've got some guests developing over the next couple of weeks, including Officials Day here on YHC on the Sports Roundtable. So be sure to look forward to that in the next few weeks. And as I mentioned, we'll be covering the Rib City Shootout here in Dexter, big summer event for high school basketball and even middle school basketball. And they're even throwing in volleyball this year for a weekend, so it's getting bigger all the time. And we'll try to get Chad Allen to come in and talk about that Rib City Shootout starting May 31st. And we're going to bring you back a few games from each day and to show here on YHC TV and online at SEMOsportzone.com. So look forward to those developments as well. And we'll look forward to seeing you next weekend right here on the Roundtable. And until then, have a good one.